William Selway here, and welcome to EasyGrow's Cold DM operating system. This is your complete system for booking meetings and generating leads and converting sales using social media. Think of this as your one-stop shop to building a high-converting, fully automated cold DM campaign to book appointments for your online business. Now, by the end of this course, you would have essentially built and scaled a complete system to generate qualified leads, book sales calls, and sign clients, all using social media. Now, the EasyGrow Cold DM operating system teaches systems, not hacks. We're not going to cut corners, teach bait and switch marketing tactics, or make you send thousands of cookie cutter DM templates into the void. What you'll learn here is the foundations of creating a proven, reliable, and scalable method to distribute your offer into your niche, generate interest, and attract prospects to your audited offer. These systems that you're about to go through have been battle tested and iterated over 8 years across hundreds of different niches, offers, industries, and locations. We have had over 5,000 clients stress test these systems, provide feedback, and they have been iterated over this time to the point where you are here today, ready to implement. No more guesswork. No more testing, no more uncertainty. Think of this as the Premier League of client acquisition. Whether you're just starting out or you're already sending some cold DMs to your marketing, this operating system will give you structure, clarity, and most importantly, real results. So here's what we're going to cover. We're going to start in this video by just giving you an overview of all of our cold DM operating systems. We have systems for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and we also have some systems that cover multiple platforms, whereas we do also have systems that cover a specific platform. And we're going to show you in this video here exactly what you're getting yourself into, how you should choose the system that you want to run based on the niche you work in and your experience level, and really help guide you into making sure you're setting up the right system for your business model. We'll then cover the foundational videos. These are just the foundational intro videos that you need to watch in order to understand how to attack the rest of the module. We're then going to give you our roadmap and next steps and important notes so you can make sure you're going through this training in the correct format and you're doing everything in a manner that allows you to book appointments with EasyGrow as quickly and efficiently as possible, because that's the goal here. We don't want you spending hours in setup mode. We want you setting up a system with as little operational complexity as possible so you can start booking appointments, offering your niche, converting sales as quick as possible. So by the end of this training, here's what you will achieve. You would have built a cold DM outreach engine from scratch. And this is very important here. It's an outreach engine. It's not a system. There's no guesswork. You don't have to manually do stuff and try and bridge between the gaps on how to convert a client. No, this is an outreach engine. We will set it all up with you. All you have to do is input leads, and the system will work, and you will output appointments and sales. And it's built in this way because we want this to be very hands-off, and we want you to fully understand. We want to give you absolutely everything in this operating system. So you have a full engine where you can put in the desired inputs and get a desired output with no guesswork in between. We're going to teach you by the end of these trainings and these modules and these systems how to confidently send scalable, targeted outbound to the right people. No more guesswork, no more thinking, hey, is this the right client for me? No, we're going to show you exactly how to find the perfect market and perfect client avatar, pitch them with a no-brainer offer, get them onto a sales call with you, and allow you to convert it at 20 to 30% of the time. We'll then show you, eventually, by the end of this training, how to book 2 to 5 qualified sales calls every single day with Cold DM. And this is really only scratching the surface. When I was setting appointments with Cold DM 3 or 4 years ago, I was booking 10 plus appointments every single day using the systems you're about to watch. And as you can understand, over the last 4 years, we have iterated so much on these. So this is really only the beginning, right? 2 to 5 appointments every single day with Cold DM is really only scratching the surface. And we're essentially going to show you how to convert sales from cold traffic completely on autopilot. So without further ado, let's just get stuck straight into it and let's get to work. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cold DM operating system, and here's what we're going to cover in this training. We're going to give you an overview of the systems, exactly what the systems are, how they work, what you're going to be sending. We're going to give you examples of stimuli, and we're just going to show you a full breakdown of the systems that we have in the Cold DM operating system. We're then going to show you how to choose your system, right? Because every single niche is going to populate different areas of social media, right? For example, agency owners, they're typically active on Instagram and LinkedIn, right? But they're not really as active on Facebook and X, right? On the other side of this, let's say we're targeting gym owners, they're going to be really, really active on Instagram and Facebook, but you will never ever find them on LinkedIn and X. So we're going to show you how to choose your system based on where your market spends the most time. We're then going to cover the foundational videos that you need to go through in order to set up the systems. We're going to give you next steps. We're going to give you an action item roadmap so you know, hey, I've got to do this, then this, then this, and then I can start booking appointments. And then we're going to cover some important notes. So first things first, let's do a full overview of ColdDM OS. So EasyGrow's ColdDM operating system is split into 4 core systems. Now every single one of these systems has a specific use case, and what you'll learn to do is how and when to deploy every single aspect of the system. So we have ColdDM Foundations, which is what you're going down through right now. This is just the foundational training, things you need to know when booking appointments with ColdDM. Next, we've got Trojan OS, which is a LinkedIn and Facebook appointment booking system. Now, this is primarily made for LinkedIn and Facebook, as you can see by the name. However, it doesn't mean that it won't work on X and Instagram. The Trojan OS system is pretty much designed to work on any platform. But from our testing and from our research and development, we found that LinkedIn and Facebook is the most optimal way to run this system. So if you do have a niche that populates LinkedIn or Facebook, Trojan OS is going to be a killer for you. It's our #1 system. It's what I built my setting team on. It's what we used to scale to $1 million a month without any paid ads. Well, 500,000 a month without any paid ads, and it is just generally insane. It's not to bias you in any way, but it's my favorite module in the course. So no matter where your niche hangs out, it's a highly recommended one for me, especially if you're a beginner and you've never booked appointments before. It's just an easy way to get your foot in the door and actually understand how systems operate without any automation software. It's proven, it works really well, and we're going to show you exactly how it works in this training. We then have 2 platform-specific trainings, okay? So we have Instagram OS and we have XOS. Now, these are platform-specific operating systems to book appointments on Instagram and book appointments on X. Now, the operating system is identical with these 2 modules. We send the same opener, we send the same converting VSLs, we send the same nurturing sequences, but we do have to use different automation softwares to make it work. So understand these are 2 separate modules designed for 2 separate platforms, but the individual operating system is the same on both. Okay, so I'm only going to cover one of them here, but understand they are the same operating system. We just have different automation software, because obviously we'll have to use a different software for Instagram as we do for X, and we'll have to use a different account configuration and things like that. But these are great if you do have a niche that just hangs out on Instagram. We're going to show you how you can just target them with laser-like precision. Same for X. If you have a niche that populates on X, we're going to show you how you can just target every single ideal prospect on that platform. So first things first, module 1, ColdDM Foundations. These are the foundational videos for all of the modules, and this is what you're watching right now. So these are the foundational videos for all of your ColdDM systems, and these videos are essentially the building blocks of all of our ColdDM systems, and they will apply to every single module. Now in ColdDM Foundations, you'll learn which system to choose, which is what I'm in here in this training to do. We'll then show you outbound tenets. These are the cardinal rules of setting appointments using outbound appointment booking sequences, and these are very, very important. We're next going to show you how to hire setters and how to hire VAs, okay? And as you work through this module, you do it in a very specific format. You'll start in this video by choosing your system. You'll then go through outbound tenets. You'll then come out of this training and go ahead and actually set up your system, either Trojan OS, Instagram OS, and XOS. And the goal here is to get a proof of concept running your system. Proof of concept means you can book appointments within a KPI that we give you, so we know that the system is working within your niche. Once you do have a proof of concept within your system, we'll then start automating it either with VAs or with setters, okay? And we'll show you later in this training how to hire setters that can pretty much take your system and automate it and book appointments for you with no manual input from yourself, or if you prefer, hire VAs to take certain parts of the system and outsource it. So for example, hiring setters, this is more of like an end-to-end. A setter will do everything from lead sourcing, initiating prospects, engaging prospects, objection handling and booking them in, whereas VAs are used to just automate a specific part of the system. So let's say you want to continue running the system yourself, but you want to hire a virtual assistant maybe just to source leads, or maybe just to do follow-ups, or maybe just to initiate people at the start. We have options for both areas of automation, but understand here you don't have to watch this whole module in order. The goal here is to first choose your system in this video, watch Outbound Tenet so you understand the foundational rules of setting appointments, then go in and set up your system, and you only watch hiring VAs and hiring setters once you have this proof of concept from first launching and running your system and achieving KPI. Now let's get into the fun stuff here. We're going to start with module 2, which is Trojan OS. This is by far my most favorite module in the course, not to bias you in any way, but it has booked thousands of appointments and made millions of dollars in revenue for Imperium, and I'm so excited to explain this one to you. So Trojan OS is a fully personalized video-based cold DM system. Now Trojan OS is best designed for high ticket offers and low volume, high value leads. It doesn't mean if you've got a low ticket offer you can't use it, but essentially the goal here is low volume, very high personalization. What you'll do with Trojan OS is you will record a 20-second permission-based selfie video that you pitch a no-brainer offer with permission to explain it in a bit more detail. So we almost flip the psychology with Trojan OS. Most people, when they're running cold DM, cold email, any kind of outbound system, is they get a lead, they throw a offer at them, throw a guarantee at them, throw the word pay at results at them, and then they force the prospect to make a decision, yes or no, and whether or not they're interested in buying their service on an email or cold DM. And that just doesn't really work nowadays. What we do here is we reach out to a prospect with a personalized selfie video. We say their name, we say their company name, and then we say, hey, are you interested in, for example, getting more clients? If I was targeting agency owners, it just needs to be a no-brainer, yes or no. Every single agency owner is interested in getting more clients. So we ask a no-brainer. Are you interested in getting more clients? Are you interested in adding 20K in revenue? Are you interested in scaling your business? It's a no-brainer, yes or no. We don't have to go into the ins and outs, just something that they will obviously be interested in hearing more about. But the most important thing here with the Trojan OS is we flip the psychology and we say, hey, I'm not going to pitch you without first getting your permission. So if you are interested, send me a thumbs up. What we do with that is a very cool psychological play, is we just say a no-brainer yes or no, which they're obviously going to be interested in. Are you interested in getting more clients? No one's going to say no to that. And then we say, hey, I'm not going to pitch you, but if you are interested, send me a thumbs up. We give them the power, and we effectively get them to opt in to hearing more information from us without throwing an offer down their throats, without throwing a loom down their throats, guarantees, paying results. We don't scare them. We give them a very easy way to opt in, so then we can start nurturing them and convert them on our offer. Once we do have permission, they're interested in hearing some more information, we'll then use a 2-minute mini VSL that we call the Evergreen Native VSL. And this approach builds trust. And it builds trust because we first ask them for permission, and then we break it down in a very linear format to break down our offer, break down our guarantee, show them social proof, and say, hey, look, if you are interested in finding out some more, we can book in a super quick demo call. I'll break down the offer, then you can decide if you want to be a part of it or not. This dramatically boosts reply rates, and it shows that we've put real effort and real personalization into our approach. Now, it's important to note here that this is a manual approach, but these days, so many people are automating outbound and so many people are trying to cut corners and use AI that if you just go back to the cardinal basics of reaching out to a prospect with a good offer, take the time to record them a personalized selfie video, take the time to send them a VSL that's appropriate to what they want in their life and their business, I promise you, you will book so many appointments with sending so many less messages. On average, you should be able to book 1 appointment for every 10 20-second selfie videos you send. So the time input to output of money is ridiculous. The ROI on running the system is ridiculous. And I implore you to look into this system, and don't worry about the fact that it's not automated, but just understand that the time that you put into the system is going to reap such big rewards for you and your business. Now, again, this is best for high ticket offers. It doesn't mean it's not going to work for low ticket offers, but it's best if you just have a really, really good offer, anything over 2K a month, that you know they'll be excited to hear. And it's best for low volume, high impact leads. So if you do have quite a small market, this is going to work the best for you, because we can only really send like up to 50 selfie videos per day. I have had clients who have sent up to like 200 selfie videos per day. But understand this is a low volume, high quality, high personalization approach, and it is just so good at converting. Now in Trojan OS, you will learn how to script, record, and send permission-based videos that convert. The average reply rate we get on Trojan OS is over 10%. I've had clients who get a 30% positive reply rate, and it is insane. We'll then show you how to script, record, and convert prospects with our native VSL. And then we'll show you how to scale it without losing personalization. We don't use any automation software with Trojan OS. We run the system ourselves, we get a proof of concept, and then we outsource it to a professional setter to run the system for you. So we can keep the personalization, we can keep the quality-based approach, and we can scale up to 200, 300, 400, 500 selfie videos a day with appointment setters without losing any of the quality in the meantime. Now what I have for you here is some examples. Now I'm not going to cover them in this training. What I want you to do now is just pause the video and look at the examples we've got here. So we have a Google Doc here of all of the examples of Trojan horses that we've used to convert. You can click on these and have a look at them. There's some from Charlie, some from myself. Have a look at them. We also have some evergreen native VSLs here, VSLs that we've used to convert. Click on the top two here. We have two different VSLs. This one here, by the way, we've made millions of dollars of revenue with this one VSL. So have a look at it, understand what you're getting yourself into. We have the nurturing sequence here as well. I won't go into it in this training, but just pause the video, give it a watch so you can understand exactly what Trojan OS is and understand exactly what we use to convert. Here's the Miro board. You can click on the Miro board or click on the examples here. Essentially, we send the Trojan horse permission video. We then send the evergreen native VSL, get a thumbs up, send the calendar link. If they don't reply, we put them into a nurturing sequence. That turns into booked calls and that turns into sales. Now, Trojan OS, it's best for LinkedIn and Facebook, but it does work for Instagram and X. It's best for LinkedIn and Facebook. For Instagram and X, you do have to take a slightly different approach, which we'll show you in the training, but understand it pretty much works for any platform and it is an absolute killer. Next, module 3. Next, we have IGOS. This is Instagram automation. This is an operating system specifically made for Instagram. Now, what we also have here below is module 4, which is X automation, XOS. Now, the operating system here, the messages we send, the VSLs we send, the nurturing sequence we send is identical. The only difference between these two modules is just the platform that we operate them on. So on X, we will use a automation software called Drippy.ai in order to automate the first message. On Instagram, we'll use an automation software called colddms.com to automate the messages. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just cover one of them here because understand the actual stimuli and operating system is identical, but there will be some caveats between the two modules, and we'll show you as you actually go into the modules how to use them. Okay. Now, IGOS and XOS is a quantity-based cold DM system for Instagram and X. What you want to do is think of Trojan OS on steroids. It's great for people who can handle volume and quick reply management. So the way this works is it's still the same format where we send a permission-based opener, but instead of sending a 20-second selfie video, we do it in text-based format, right? If you've been through the cold email operating system, think about the differences between LoomOS and Loomless OS. It's the exact same here. It's pretty much the same operating system as Trojan OS, but we automate the first message using software and we do it text-based. So instead of sending 30 messages and getting, 3 replies, we'll send maybe 50 to 60 to get 2 or 3 replies, right? So it's slightly lower reply rate, but we do accept we can send a lot more messages. I've seen instances where people have sent up to 1,000 cold DMs a day using this system. So it's up to you. Because of this works better with offers that are already dialed in, because we are going to lose some of that personalization by scaling, but we can easily, remedy that by just sending a lot of volume here. Okay, and it's those who want to scale fast with clean targeting. If you have a huge niche and you say, hey, look, I'm just going to go for the volume approach, I'm going to blast everyone in your niche, and then on Instagram or X, these are going to work the best for you, okay? And the way it works is we pretty much use short, punchy scripts with very clean targeting, and the goal here is to generate consistent replies without needing video, okay? Again, it's ideal for proven offers, because obviously you're going to lose the personalization by not having the selfie video, but we will remedy that with more, volume overall. The system's integrity is built for efficiency and automation. Okay, and if you're a person who loves automation and systems thinking and you have a niche that either hangs out on Instagram or X, these are going to be killers for you. In Instagram OS and XOS, you're going to learn how to write high converting cold DMs that get people interested in your offer. We'll show you how to automate follow-ups and handle replies. We'll show you how to send VSLs completely using AI. And we'll show you how to test different messages, subjects, and call to actions. These two systems are killers for anyone who has a niche on X or anyone who has a niche on Instagram. And if you want to just go for the volume of play, these are going to work so incredibly well for you. Now, the same as the last examples, we have a document here. Again, these are merged together. This is going to be examples for Instagram and X because they are the same operating system. In here, we have examples of initiated messages we've sent. We have hundreds here, but I've just put a few here of just initiated messages we've sent and positive replies we've got. We have examples of the AI VSL we will be sending to prospects and examples of the nurturing sequence in here that you can use. So pause the video now, look at the initiated messages examples, look at the AI VSL examples, look at the nurture sequence, and just spend some time deciding which module is going to work the best for you. If right now you're not too sure what module to use, I promise you for cold DMs, just go ahead and use Trojan OS. If you've never ran cold DMs before, you don't know what platform your niche hangs out on, use Trojan OS. However, if you have done Instagram outreach in the past and you know Instagram is a hotspot, go straight for Instagram. The same for X. Let's say you've done X outreach in the past, you know it's just a killer for your market, go straight for X OS. Now, I can't tell you which system to use, but I can tell you the system that's going to work the best for you is the one where your niche spends the most time. So again, look at what your niche uses. Again, gym owners, they're typically active on Instagram and Facebook, but they don't use X or LinkedIn. Chiropractors, they use Facebook and LinkedIn, but they don't use Instagram or X. What you want to do here is use the knowledge of your niche to decide which system you want to use. And if you have no idea, just go for Trojan OS because it's going to be the one that shows you how to do DM outreach on every single platform. Okay? Cool. So what I'm going to do now is pause the video and just decide which module you really want to do. Okay? Use my framework that I've given you, and you should know already, just by the knowledge of your niche, which platform and which system is going to be the best for you. If you do have questions, feel free to pop it in the community. But again, you typically go to the platform where your niche spends the most time. So, next steps. I want to give you just a really quick roadmap of how you should go through these systems. What I want you to do is start here with Module 1, Cold DM Foundations. And effectively, step 1, you've done this. Now you want to choose your system. Pause the video, look at the stimuli, look at the examples, hell, even go through and click into school and look at some of the videos and just make a decision on which one's going to work the best for your niche. Once you've done that, watch Outbound Tenets. It's recorded by Charlie and it is just brilliant. It's going to show exactly how to approach outbound appointment booking. And finally, move to your chosen system to create the stimuli and start sending cold DMs, whether it's Trojan OS, XOS, or IGOS. And important notes here. These are important notes for every single part of this training. You need to watch each video and implement as you go. Do not just watch the whole of every single training and don't take any action, right? This course, EasyGrow, these operating systems are designed to watch and take action as you go. Don't watch a video and then come back to implement. If I tell you in the training to set this up, you pause the video and do it as immediately as I say it, because otherwise we're going to get lost, we're going to forget things. It's designed in a way where you can watch what I do and copy alongside it, okay? Next, do not cut corners. I see this all the time. Don't try and use other softwares because they're cheaper. Don't try and cut corners because you want to save time. Do not cut corners. Use only the software and techniques that I recommend in this training, okay? Because I promise you it's designed in this way. We know it works. Just copy what we tell you to do. And finally, this is a very important one here. Give your system 2 to 4 weeks to be running at full capacity, right? Now, with the cold DM operating systems, it's not uncommon for you to literally launch it and book appointments on the same day. But understand sometimes in different niches, you need to spend a bit of time changing stimuli, changing your approach, and just testing things. What I don't want you to do here is get discouraged if after 3 days you're not booking appointments. Because understand it takes sometimes 2 or 4 weeks of testing and trying things until we have a system that's running at full capacity. Again, it's not the case that you're going to launch a system and not book appointments. You just need to give the system time until it's at full capacity. Until we're at the point where we're booking 2 to 5 per day, that is considered full capacity. So give it time. Systems love time. Volume negates luck. And understand 2 to 4 weeks until you're running at full capacity and filling up your sales calendar. So your cold DM success starts here. Let's build it right from the ground up. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll pass you over to Charlie now in the next video, Outbound Tenets. You're going to bloody love it. And I'll catch you back in the actual individual operating system so I can teach you how to build your stimuli, send messages, and actually start booking appointments using cold DMs. I'll see you in the next training.